Hello everyone, our today's topic is human circulatory system. Well, you all know that our body is a complex machine which requires many processes to function efficiently. To keep all those processes running without any hits, vital elements and other components are needed to be delivered to various parts of our body. This role of transportation of vital elements and other components in our body is undertaken by our circulatory system. Now our circulatory system it comprises of blood vascular system and lymphatic system. This blood vascular system it consists of heart, blood and blood vessels. Similarly, lymphatic system consists of lymph nodes and lymphatic ducts. Now let's talk about our heart. You know our heart is a muscular organ which is present in our thorax cavity, slightly towards the left side. This is the left side, slightly towards the left side of our thorax cavity and is present in between our two lungs. Our heart is, the size of our heart is about the size of our fist. This is my fist. The size of our heart is about the size of our fist and its weight is in between 200 to 425 grams. Well, now if you check our heart internally, our heart is having four chambers. We are having two auricles. This is the right auricle and there's the left auricle, and we are having two ventricles, right ventricle and left ventricle. You know auricles, this right and left auricle, these are these chambers which are receiving blood from our body, and ventricles are the chambers which are pumping blood into our body. You know our heart it functions continuously throughout our life, and on average our heart beats 2.5 billion times. 2.5 billion times, and on average our heart pumps 200 million liters of blood throughout its life. It's an average value only. Now let's move towards the blood. You know our blood is the only connective tissue present in our body. Blood is the only connective tissue which is present in our body, and this blood helps us in the transportation of various elements, nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide and other essential things in our body. On average our body is having on an average an adult body contains 5 to 6 liters of blood. 5 to 6 liters of blood. Now, if you check a single drop of your blood, you will find different cellular structures present in there. What are those cellular structures which we will find in our blood? They are red blood cells. You will find red blood cells in your blood. Red blood cells are also known as erythrocytes. You know, red blood cells are helping in the transportation of digested food and other nutrients in our body, and is also helpful in the transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our body. How this RBC is actually transporting this oxygen and carbon dioxide? RBCs are having, red blood cells are having one protein that's known as hemoglobin, and because of this hemoglobin our blood is red. Okay, this RBCs are having hemoglobin, it is combining with our oxygen, then hemoglobin and oxygen is forming oxyhemoglobin, and in this state our oxygen is carried from our lung level to whole of our body cells. Okay, this oxyhemoglobin is carried from lungs to whole of our body cells, and from body cells once it's utilizes, like carbon dioxide is there's a metabolic waste that's thrown out of the cells into our blood, and then this hemoglobin is carrying that carbon dioxide from our cells to our lungs, and then that's exhaled out of our body. The other cellular structure, this is the red blood cells. The other cellular structure which is present in our blood is white blood cells. You know, white blood cells are actually the army of our body. They are giving defense to our body. They are like the army which is present at our borders. In the same way, these white blood cells are protecting our body. They are providing immunity. You know, they are providing immunity to our body. Immunity by fighting against several kind of foreign pathogens and other microbes. The other cellular structure which is present in our blood is platelets. You know, sometimes you are having any injury on your any body part, and for 1 to 2 minutes you are seeing that blood is flowing itself. If you not stop it, it will flow itself from our body. And after 1 or 2 minutes, you know, blood flowing stops itself. It's all because of these platelets. Platelets are preventing our blood flowing out of our body. They are actually making a clot at the site of injury, and then our flow of our blood is stopped. It stops blood flow from our body. Now let's move towards the blood vessels. Blood vessels. You know, blood vessels are the tube-like structures. Blood vessels are the tube-like structures which are present throughout of our body. These tube-like structures are responsible for carrying all the nutrients or other essential elements which are carried by our blood, this blood and other elements which are present in our blood. These blood vessels are primarily are of two types in our body. We are having arteries and we are having veins. You know, let's talk about arteries. You can see here we are having aorta. Aorta is an artery. Arteries are the blood vessels which are responsible for carrying oxygenated blood. Okay, or aorta is carrying oxygenated blood to our whole of our body, and it's carrying this from the left ventricle. This is the left ventricle. Is carrying from this oxygenated blood from the left ventricle and transporting to our whole of our body. Later, this aorta or these arteries, they are getting subdivided into capillaries. Okay, throughout our body. You know, pressure of the blood in these arteries is high. They are having high pressure. Okay, and because of this high pressure, our arteries are having thick walls and they are also elastic. And these arteries are present deep into our skin. They are not present on the surface. They are present deep into our skin or deep into our body. Now we are having veins. They are carrying deoxygenated blood. Veins are carrying deoxygenated blood in our body. Here you can see this is the inferior vena cava and this is the superior vena cava present. These two inferior and superior vena cava, they are the veins and they are collecting deoxygenated blood from our whole of our body parts, from the upper body part and lower body part. And pressure of the blood in these veins is low. They are having low pressure. Now let's talk about lymphatic system. We are having another type of lymph system that's known as lymphatic system. And in this lymphatic system, we are having lymph that is colorless. In blood vascular system, we are seeing that in these arteries and veins, blood is flowing, and in this lymphatic system, we are having lymph that's a fluid and that's also a connecting tissue. This lymph is colorless, it's not having any pigment. In blood vascular system, we are having blood that's having red color because of hemoglobin. Here we don't have any pigment, that's why it's colorless. Okay, and this lymphatic system or this lymph is helpful in the transportation of digested fats and other nutrients from our from small intestine level to whole of our body. It carries fats and other nutrients from small intestines to whole of our body. Now let's move towards the functions of a heart. Functions of blood vascular system, circulatory system. Circulatory system is helpful in the transportation of different nutrients, absorbed nutrients which are we absorbing from our small intestines or other organs, like from this stomach also. They are transporting these nutrients to whole of our body. It helps us in the transportation of digested material. They are also helping in the transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is transported from our lungs to whole of our body. It's all because of this blood vascular system. And carbon dioxide, once this oxygen is utilized in our cells, carbon dioxide is excreted as metabolic waste, and from there it is carried by our blood vascular system. It's transported from our cells to our lungs. From there it's exhaled out of our body. And other excretory material, other excretory material like salts, excess water, other things which are not used by our body, they are also carried by our blood in the circulatory system to their respective excretory organs, and from where they are excreted out of our body. One other important function is that we are having hormones in our body. Our body is having so many different kind of endocrine glands, and these endocrine glands are secreting hormones. These endocrine glands are ductless glands, and they are secreting these hormones. These hormones are very important for the proper functioning of our body. From the endocrine glands, where from they are secreted, they are carried by our blood vascular system and transported to their target organs. Okay, target organs where they have to act, target organs or target sites. And this hormone is carried by our blood vascular system. This is all from me today. Thank you very much.